Hello. For our inclusion workshop, we did ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I'm Ariana Santos.
I'm Michaela Phillips.
And I'm Elizabeth Oshona.
So let's get started. So what is ADHD? ADHD is a developmental disorder characterized by an ongoing pattern of inattention, hyperactivity, or impulsivity.
Related laws, Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or otherwise known as IDEA, mandates that students with qualifying disabilities have access to special education and related services designed to meet their unique needs. Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, a civil rights law that prevents discrimination based on disability. It requires school districts to make accommodations for students with ADHD so they are not denied full access to education. And then some examples of accommodations are extended time on tests, quiet testing environments, and the use of technology.
So, some of the physical and social emotional needs of ADHD may include movement and activity. Students with ADHD are considerably physically active and may often feel restless. They may benefit from opportunities to move. Guidance and feedback. Students with ADHD may have a hard time monitoring their own social behavior and would benefit from consistent and gentle feedback. Emotional regulation support. Students may often have a hard time regulating their own emotion. It's important to be supportive and have patience, and a consistent routine um, may help manage their energy levels and reduce their stress.
So, how to address these needs? Break down large tasks, divide big projects or lessons into smaller, more manageable steps to make them less overwhelming. Use visual aids and incorporate timers, create checklists, use a daily planner, or color code files to help with organization and tracking. Use these timers to set clear time limits for tasks or to ensure breaks between activities and to stay on track. And then establish consistent routines, set up consistent times and places for activities like homework to build structure into the day.
So here's some ways you can promote inclusion in your classroom, allow breaks. Maintaining focus can be challenging for students with ADHD, and it often requires extra effort and mental energy. Allowing your students to take breaks helps them refocus and return to tasks with improved attention. Be patient and teach patience. Students with ADHD may become hyper-focused on certain activities, and they may need some additional support when shifting their attention. You may need to use creative redirection techniques, which can take time and practice. By being patient with your students with ADHD, you not only help them succeed, but also model patience and empathy for all students in your classroom. Positive reinforcement ensures that students' efforts, attention, and successes are being recognized. It also encourages them to continue practicing positive behaviors. Consistent reinforcement helps students feel included, supported, and seen within the classroom.
All right, I'm going to be talking about 3 community resources. The first one is CHAD, and this is a national organization for ADHD kids. They have support groups, evidence-based information on ADHD, and parent and educator resources. And then local ones, we have Raising Special Kids. They have free parent training, workshops, IEP support, and family mentorship. They are a great starting point for families with kids with disabilities. And then we have Southwest Behavioral and Health Services. It's local and they do ADHD evaluations, counseling, family therapy, youth behavioral programs, and they're good if the student needs outside of the classroom help as well.
All right, so strategy resources. Use tools to manage time, implement strategies like using a school calendar, writing things down on the board or in student agendas, or creating daily, weekly planning sessions to keep track of assignments and homework. Create a structured environment. Use clearly labeled bins and color-coded systems to make it easier to find and put away items. Develop consistent routines like a daily school routine to add structure. Use technology to help with focus. Utilize tools like Pomodoro timers to manage work and break periods, noise canceling headphones to reduce distractions, or apps for note taking and organization. Provide positive reinforcement. Focus on celebrating accomplishments and successes to build confidence and encourage positive behaviors.
All right, so the media clip I chose, it's about 3.5 minutes long. We're gonna watch that. It really gives a good authentic look inside the daily life and what it's like to have ADHD. It highlights the strengths and also some emotional struggles that kids go through and adults. So let's just play that.
Ready?
I asked people with ADHD one question. What do you want the world to know about your ADHD?
This is what I want you to know about my ADHD. It takes me a lot of hard work to get my work turned in on time. I'm very smart, but my grades drop sometimes.
If I could actually sit down and start my homework, I would. But many days I just can't, and struggling with something so seemingly simple tends to make me feel very frustrated or even stupid.
I'd like the world to know that there are people like me out there who get good grades, rarely get in trouble, and yet can and do have ADHD and struggle with the symptoms that come along with it.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it isn't there. My ADHD affects every aspect of my life, from sleep to school to work, all of my relationships, and I have to tailor my entire life around having it.
It doesn't always look the same. I was only diagnosed at 25 because I have an attentive type.
I'm basically hyperactive. I was diagnosed at the age of 7.
I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was 38, so we thought you need to be hyperactive to have it.
I filmed this video too many times now, and I can't get it right, and it's really stressing me out now.
I try really hard, and it hurts when people act like I'm not trying as hard as I am.
Worst is when my symptoms aren't taken as symptoms, they're taken as behaviors done intentionally to upset someone or consider that I don't care, and that's never been the case.
Whenever you think that I intentionally tried to hurt you, I didn't. I probably just screwed up.
I'm at least as frustrated as you, and probably even more.
When I say I forgot, I'm not lazy. I'm not just trying to make an excuse. It's a real struggle. And I'm probably even more pissed off at myself than you are at me.
There is a giant flipping war going on inside this head. I really am trying.
When I use my accommodations, it's not me trying to take the easy way out. All I'm trying to do is level the playing field so that you and I have a lot more even chance of success.
When you see me arranging my pens and pencils according to color, it's because my brain is trying to compensate for the chaos within.
I squeeze some Play-Doh in my hand and help me concentrate on what I'm doing.
I moved to a special spot in the classroom for tests because I can't block out noises and distractions like you can.
While I'm staring off into space, it doesn't mean I'm stupid.
It doesn't mean that I'm not listening to you.
Normally it means that you've triggered a really interesting thought, which my impulsive brain can't help but chase.
Having ADHD is like having a billion trampolines in your head, each representing a thought, and your brain just jumping off each and every one every second.
I don't think about ADHD as a disorder. I think it's more of a different way of thinking.
I know my brain works differently, but ADHD can give me an advantage with what I'm doing.
It may take me a while to come to a solution. It tends to be really different than everybody else's, and a lot of people appreciate that.
I've been told my whole life I need to be fighting my brain. I'm learning now that I need to love and work with my brain.
It's not an excuse, it's an explanation, and it's something that I'm going to continue working on for the rest of my life, and that's okay.
I'm smart, but ADHD makes focusing hard and hides my abilities. If I'm given the chance, I can achieve more.
To meet this amazing community and learn more about how to support them, please visit howtoadhd.com/howtohelp. Please share.
Also, sticky notes. Yay!
All right, I thought that was a great look into the daily lives. And so that leads us to the end here where we reflect and discuss, and you guys can either answer these questions in Yellow Dig or you can just jot it down for yourself. Question 1 is, which resource do you think would be most helpful for a family just beginning to explore ADHD support, and why? And then after watching that video, what stood out to you about the lived experiences of students with ADHD? And that just about wraps it up. Here is our references. Anything else you guys have? All right, that's about it. Thank you.
Okay.